So I know most of you have the story. I'll just say that both officers are still being treated as we speak. Conditions have not changed. Again, this suspect is armed and dangerous. He was within 7, maybe 8 blocks of where Colin Rose was shot. Officers was in the area investigating a suspect who they believe was involved in narcotics type activity. And upon their approach, he pulled out a weapon and quickly fired several shots, striking both officers. They returned fire, and it is unknown if their rounds took effect. So we'll continue to ask for the public's help. We believe he is the suspect. The individual, the information that we gave out, the driver's license, we are asking for the public's help. Any questions?
I haven't had a chance to look into his background. Do you know much about the suspect's background?
At this point, we're still looking into that.
And he was just going up to approach people on suspicious reasons. It wasn't for a warrant or anything like that. It was
not a warrant. They were involved in an investigative stop, a legal investigative stop. It's making furtive movements as they begin to continue the investigation. The suspect reaching what we believe in his pocket, pulled out a weapon and fired and struck both officers.
Had they already engaged him? Did they already gotten his license from him? Is that
they had already gotten his information? Yes. And so we are certain that this is the suspect.
Was he on foot or was he driving?
He was on foot.
And they're patrol officers, or they weren't a special unit?
They work our 3rd Precinct Special Operations Unit, and they have been working in the area along with Wayne State, certainly working on the Colin Rose, but also dealing with the other issues, the complaints that they've had in that area.
So he had a driver's license, although he was on foot?
Yes.
Okay. And
or an ID.
Some type of ID?
Yes.
All right.
I think we've given that information to you.
I'm sorry I missed that earlier.
Police were in a marked vehicle?
They were in a special ops type vehicle. It's semi-marked, I guess that's the best way to describe it.
Were they dressed in uniform, though?
They were in special ops uniform, prominently displaying police. Suspect knew they were police, clearly.
Okay.
We know that this suspect is armed and dangerous.
How far is it, that location, the address you gave, how far is that from the scene? That Magnolia?
It's in the same area. I'm not certain on the distance. I'm told that it's in the same area. But again, I think what's significant that it's in the same area where Colin Rose was murdered. Within 7 to 8 blocks. And I know the question was asked if we think there's a connection. I'm not prepared to say that yet. But we are processing evidence. We do have evidence that we will be processing.
Can you give me just one more update on the conditions of the officers?
Both officers were shot. I could say both are critical.
Okay, really?
And but being treated. One sustained a gunshot wound to the ankle, but he was also shot twice in the upper torso. Fortunately, he was wearing protective body armor. Second officer sustained 1 gunshot wound to the neck. His injuries are more serious.
Can you describe that one through and through? We've heard that it was a through and through. Can you?
That's what it appears. The doctor is optimistic on his treatment.
Chief, you said earlier that even though optimistic, that you're still cautious.
I'm always cautious. I'm not a physician, but I guess I'm cautious because we think about our colleague, our American hero, Sharp, who sustained a wound and was on the day he was being released. The situation became very complicated. So I'm always cautious. And so until you're walking out of here, that's when I'm more optimistic, I could say. But we just ask we keep both officers in our prayers, and we're going to find this